Dear Father in heaven,
Drahý nebeský Otče,
thank you that we're able to come here together this afternoon.
ďakujeme, že sme sa mohli stretnúť dnes po obede.
As we open your word, Lord,
Keď budeme otvárať Tvoje slovo
and we consider the history in our life,
a budeme zvažovať tie dejiny a našu líniu,
we ask you that you might be among us,
prosíme ťa, aby si bol s nami,
that you might guide our mind,
aby si viedol naše mysle,
and that we understand these things you want to show us,
aby sme rozumeli tomu, čo nám chceš ukázať.
and that you help us applying the rules correctly.
Aby si nám pomohol aplikovať správne tie pravidlá.
We ask that in Jesus' name.
Prosíme ťa za to v mene Ježiša.
Amen.
Amen.
Okay, so in our line,
V našej línii
we see 4 dispensations,
vidíme 4 epochy,
which we can call the plowing, the early lattering, and harvest in the agriculture model.
ktoré môžeme nazvať oľba, siatie, skorý dažď, neskorý dažď.
It's a progressive line of a movement.
Je to postupná línia hnutia
It's a progressive line of the priests.
a kňazov.
In each of these dispensations,
V každej z týchto epoch
we saw a repeating pattern,
sme videli opakujúci sa vzorec,
which is that a message arrives,
a to je, že posolstvo
there's
povstane,
an increase of knowledge in this message,
potom je rast poznania,
that is being formalized,
potom je sformované
and then you're being tested on it.
a potom sme skúšaní.
So we have 4 dispensations,
Takže to sú 4 epochy
so the priests will be tested on 4 things.
a kňazi budú skúšaní na 4 veciach.
Only when you pass one test,
Keď prejdete to jednou skúškou,
you open the door for the next test.
otvoríte dvere pre tú druhú skúšku.
And for people who have come in later,
Ľudia, ktorí prišli
a
neskôr,
lot of people have come in after 2014.
mnoho z nich prišlo po 2014.
In this test here,
V tejto tu skúške
you always have previous tests.
vždy máme aj predchádzajúce.
For example, in the test of time,
Napríklad v skúške toho času
you really actually have the test of line upon line and time.
máme skúšku línií a času.
Because you will not accept setting time
Nepríjmeme určovanie času,
if you don't accept the line upon line
ak
methodology.
nepríjmete metodológiu línia na líniu.
And so it's also about the 2 streams of
A
information,
tak je to aj s 2 zdrojmi informácií.
which is currently our test.
A to je teraz naša skúška.
However, you will not pass that or understand this
Neprejdete to alebo neporozumiete tomu,
if you don't accept time setting and the method we have.
ak nepríjmete určovanie času a tú metódu, ktorú používame.
So with 2018, the message we were given,
V 2018 to posolstvo, ktoré nám je dané,
we're actually also facing these 2 tests.
my vlastne znova ako keby čelíme tým obidvom skúškam.
Okay, so we're still having one.
Stále máme ešte jednu,
But I say that only after 2019,
ale len do 2019.
after November 9th, actually,
Po 9. novembri
a new dispensation starts,
tu začína nová epocha.
and God will tell us
A Boh nám povie,
what the test will be in this time period.
aká to skúška je v tomto čase.
But so far, what we can expect,
Ale zatiaľ, čo môžeme očakávať,
based upon this repetitive model,
na základe tohto opakujúceho sa modelu,
is 2019 we have Raphia,
v 2019 máme Rafiu,
2029 we consider to be Tanium.
2021 je Panium,
So we can see that there will be 2 waymarks in between these 2 dates.
takže vidíme, že medzi týmito 2 dátumami budú 2 milníky.
These waymarks would be Concord,
To by bol Concord,
which would be the increase of knowledge,
to je rast poznania,
or for the priests it would be, so to speak, the death decree.
a pre kňazov je to dekret smrti.
Of course, it's just a symbol.
Je to symbol,
speak.
samozrejme.
As well as here, the giving of time,
Rovnako ako aj danie času,
which is Exeter.
to je exeter.
So I suggest that probably at this waymark,
Ja som povedala, že pri tomto milníku,
just as here,
tak ako aj tu a tu,
we would receive probably the exact time for Peniel.
dostaneme presný čas ohľadne Pania.
But that's just a suggestion.
To je len taký návrh.
Okay, this being said,
Toto keď som povedala,
I want to open a next line, a new line.
chcem otvoriť novú líniu
And I would like to speak a little bit about the 3 angels' messages within a line.
a chcem hovoriť o 3 anjelských posolstvách v rámci línie.
my board work. I have it on a picture of him. So, I would like to go to the line of the Millerites.
Chcela by som ísť do línie Milleritov
and look at the three angels message.
a pozrieť sa na posolstvo troch anielov.
There was always one good black one.
Vždy to jedno pero fungovalo.
And I always lose it.
A stále mi zmizne, že ktoré to bolo.
Okay.
Not this one.
It's not this one.
Vyhodí.
We'll just stay with blue. Okay, so these are some thoughts I have
Takéto myšlienky mám.
of a developing study.
To vyvíjajúceho sa štúdia.
So, one thing I forgot to say.
Jednu vec, ktorú som zabudla povedať.
When we see this repetitive structure here,
Keď vidíme túto opakujúcu sa štruktúru,
I have a question.
mám otázku.
How many midnight cries do we have?
Koľko máme polnočných volaní?
What do you think?
Čo myslíte?
The fractal of the priest.
Vo fraktále kňazov.
Dvie.
In the whole line, I think we have one. But if we take it pieces by pieces, then 4.
Okay, will you translate that?
Na tej celej línii máme jedno, ale keď sa na to pozrieme akože po tých chúštičkoch, tak tam sú 4.
So we can have, as you see here, when we have dispensations,
A keďže tu máme epochy
and we apply the model of the midnight cry,
a aplikujeme model polnočného volania
and we see how Boston, Concord, Exeter always repeats,
a vidíme, ako Boston, Concord, Exeter sa vždy opakujú
and we mark the midnight cry, the peak of the midnight cry at Exeter,
a vrchol toho polnočného volania značíme pri Exeteri,
we will see that there's a midnight cry message for this dispensation,
uvidíme, že toto je polnočné volanie pre túto epochu.
a midnight cry for this dispensation.
Polnočné pre túto.
Actually, when this message came out in 2012,
Keď prišlo toto volanie, toto posolstvo v 2012,
the people studying
ľudia, ktorí študovali,
actually thought it's a midnight cry.
si mysleli, že to je polnočné volanie.
Brother Aaron sent from the UK.
Jeden brat z Anglicka.
In Romania this summer did 2 presentations
V Rumunsku toto leto urobil 2 prezentácie,
explaining the studies they did there.
kde vysvetľoval tie štúdie, ktoré tam robili
He gave the history.
a dal dejiny okolo toho.
It was really interesting to
Bolo
watch
to
them.
veľmi zaujímavé.
So midnight cry here,
Polnočné volanie tu,
midnight cry here,
tu
and midnight cry here.
a tu.
So before we actually go to our angel's message,
Predtým, ako pôjdeme do tých anielských posolstiev,
the line of the priest, how would I label it?
okay.
Okay.
Línia kňazov.
So it often helps that when we draw our lines,
Keď kreslíme naše línie,
that we name them.
tak nám to pomôže, aby sme ich pomenovali.
And then we're consistent
A potom sme konzistentní
with our
s
application,
tou aplikáciou.
which often is hard
Je to často ťažké,
because we're very used to drawing one line
lebo my sme naučení nakresliť jednu
and then
líniu
throwing all kinds of symbols in it.
a potom všetky symboly tam do toho nahádzať
And we jump from one logic to the other.
a skáčeme z jednej logiky do druhej.
I'm very guilty of that.
This is what my husband accuses this message of.
Okay, so for example, so let's label this the line of the priest.
Takže poďme toto nazvať líniou kňazov.
Up here we have our line of the agriculture model to remind us.
Tuto hore je ten poľnohospodársky model,
So let's now have the line of the Millerites.
takže poďme pozrieť na líniu Milleritov.
We were talking about the midnight cry message.
Hovorili sme o posolstve polnočného volania.
I said every dispensation has one,
Každá epocha ho má.
but let's see from the Millerite line
Z línie Milleritov,
where the midnight cry message of the Millerites would be paralleled in our time.
poďme sa pozrieť, kde by to ich posolstvo bolo v paralele.
Our time, I mean now the line of the priest.
Myslím s líniou kňazov.
So how does this line start?
Ako to začína?
Yeah.
Kedy sa začína?
Okay. 1798. That's the problem. That's a good example, you know. We make a line and we write everything in it.
toto presne je ten problém. Spravíme jednu líniu a napíšeme tam všetko.
Sometimes it's good if we just have line for line underneath.
Niekedy je lepšie, keď máme len jednu líniu pre tú danú vec.
So 1798,
1798.
we'll jump over these.
Preskočíme.
This is 1840,
Toto je 1840
and this is April 19,
a 19. apríl
1844.
1844.
How come that we can put these two together?
Jak to, že môžeme tieto dve dať dohromady?
What study does that?
Ktorá štúdia nám toto dovolila?
Ezra 7 verse 9.
Ezra 7.9.
So if you recall, just for a quick reminder,
Ak si pamätáte,
that in the Millerite history,
v dejinách Milleritov
we have of course 3 tests.
máme 3 skúšky.
We have 1840,
1840,
we have April 19th.
19. apríl,
Sorry, I did it the American way. 1904. And then the third one would be what?
a tretia bola čo?
22.
October
Október 22.
22nd, 1844. How many groups are being tested in this time period?
Koľko skupín je skúšaných v tomto čase?
2. We have the Protestants
Protestanti,
and we have the Millerites.
Milleriti.
So we have three tests.
Takže máme 3 skúšky.
What we did the last time here
To, čo sme tu urobili naposledy,
was that we see here now fractals.
bolo, že sme videli
We
fraktály,
have 2 groups.
2 skupiny.
And we have the structure is always 3 tests.
Tá štruktúra je vždycky, že sú 3 skúšky.
Meaning knowing that here Protestants close their door.
To znamená, že tu si protestanti zavreli dvere.
Millerites give us, the pioneers give us that history.
Pionieri nám dávajú tieto dejiny.
So this means when there's a closed door here,
To znamená, že ak tu sú zavreté dvere,
what test is that for the Protestants?
aká skúška je to pre protestantov?
Where does the door close?
Kde sa zatvárajú dvere?
What step?
Na ktorom kroku?
Tabulka.
This is, tables?
Tables?
Tables.
Oh, I mean like at number 1, 2, or 3.
Na ktorej mieste sa zatvárajú dvere? Číslo 1, 2 alebo 3?
What test does the
Na
door close?
na čísle ktorej skúšky?
The third one, right? So that means this must be the third test for
Čiže
Protestants.
toto musí byť tretia skúška pre protestantov.
And Ellen White says you can't have a third without a second and a first.
Ellen Whiteová hovorí, že nemôžete mať tretie bez druhého a prvého.
So we know the Protestants have 3 tests.
Takže vieme, že protestanti prešli cez 3 skúšky
And we know also the Millerites have 3
a tak
tests.
aj Milleriti.
So knowing that,
Takže keď vieme toto,
we have this progressive line.
máme túto postupnú líniu,
Can we cut it?
môžeme ju predeliť. Now we can.
No,
Why?
because it's progressive.
There is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, I was pointing up here,
Oh, okay.
saying we have a progressive line.
Čiže túto postupnú líniu nemôžeme prerezať.
We can't cut it.
Tu nemôžeme.
It's 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Needs to be
To
consistent.
musí byť konzistentné.
So, but now we have a different line,
A teraz máme novú líniu, inú,
showing here the Protestants
ktorá nám ukazuje protestantov
and here
a
the Millerites.
Milleritov.
And we see that twice
A vidíme, že dvakrát
there's a 3-step
je
process.
tu trojstupňový proces.
What can we do now?
Čo teraz môžeme urobiť?
Now we can cut
Teraz môžeme rozstrihnúť.
and we can take this experience
A zoberieme túto skúsenosť
and put it underneath this
a
experience.
dať ju pod túto.
And what happens when we do that?
A čo sa stane, keď to urobíme?
That would mean
To bude znamenať,
we have the line of the Protestants
že máme líniu protestantov
with their 3 tests,
s 3 skúškami.
lines of the Protestants. This is the line of the Millerites.
Toto je línia Milleritov.
Or no, let me call it different because we have
Ináč to
Millerites here.
nazvem.
Let's call it alpha of SDA.
Alfa adventistov, církvi adventistov.
How do you spell it?
CASD. CASD.
Like this?
C at the beginning.
So Protestants, the first test is 1840.
Takže prvá skúška protestantov je 1840,
The third is April 19th,
tretia je 19. apríl
1844.
1844
And the second one is what?
a druhá je čo?
What do you think? I
Čo
think
myslíte?
Peter said it beforehand.
Tabulka.
Tá druhá je tabulka.
The chart. So this is the Protestants,
To sú protestanti.
but now we put the Millerites underneath.
Teraz keď dáme Milleritov pod to,
So their third test
ich tretia skúška
is October 22nd,
je 22. október
1844.
1844.
What is the second test of them?
Aká je tá druhá skúška?
Apríl? Nie.
Leto.
15. 15.
So the last one is October 22nd.
Midnight Cry,
Who said that?
I think.
You? What was he saying?
Čo vy hovoríte?
15.
Púnočné volanie.
They say the same.
Samuel Snow.
Mm-hmm. So Ellen White calls it that at the midnight cry,
Ellen White hovorí, že pri polnočnom volaní
something revived. What was that?
niečo oživilo. Čo oživilo? Čo ožilo?
Že nich prichádza.
Byl tam daný čas vlastně přišel.
Time was given.
Okay, that's good. Interesting that here also time is given.
Aj tu je daný čas, to je zaujímavé.
She talks about the living testimony.
Ona hovorí o tom,
being
že ožilo živé svedectvo.
the midnight cry is the living testimony.
Polnočné volanie je živé svedectvo.
So, what would you call midnight cry?
Ako by ste to nazvali? PV.
PV.
Polnočné volanie.
One day I gotta learn these. So that's the second test.
To je druhá skúška.
The living testimony at a midnight cry.
Žijúce svedectvo alebo polnočné volanie.
And their first test is what?
Prvá skúška je čo?
April 19th,
19. apríl
1844.
1844.
So we see that in one line,
Vidíme, že na jednej línii
the Protestants,
protestanti,
April 19th is actually the end.
na druhej línii 19. apríl je na konci.
And the next line,
Na ďalšej línii
Millerites,
Millerité
we see April 19th being the beginning.
vidíme 19. apríl ako začiatok.
And here we showed you how we do that,
A tu sme vám ukázali, jak sme k tomu prišli.
applying rules.
Aplikovali sme pravidlá.
However, this way we see
Týmto spôsobom vidíme,
how we can here at this way mark,
ako môžeme na tomto milníku,
which essentially in our timeline is this way mark,
ktorý v našom čase je toto,
we can mark 1840 and April 9th.
môžeme zaznačiť
1844.
1844 a 19. apríl, 1840 aj 44.
I know this was fast, but I hope everyone sort of understood it.
Viem, že to bolo rýchle, ale dúfam, že ste tomu rozumeli ako tak.
Sort of, yeah? So here we have these two dates.
Tu máme tieto dve dátumy.
When would be the closed door?
Kedy budú zavreté dvere?
What do you think?
Čo myslíte?
Shots of the road or something.
22nd of October.
22nd of October. And what is this way mark here?
A toto je čo?
Půlnoční volání.
To je
Next
august.
try?
This is
August. August.
No, not quite.
Nie úplne?
Because what is August?
Čo je august?
The midnight cry. What does it parallel
Je to polnočné volanie.
here?
S čím je to s paralelou tu?
Boston.
Má být ta půl cesta.
It should be the midway.
The midnight cry should be midway?
Myslíš ten milník, že je pol cesta? The waymark should be midway.
This one?
Mhm.
So, what does she mean there?
Midway. It's a midway. You know, like Ellen White says that
Mhm.
in the mid.
I'm just trying to labor with him right now.
Aha.
So when he wants to place the midnight cry here,
Keď sem chceš dať polnočné volanie,
I'm saying it's not 100% correct.
nie je to úplne na 100% pravdivé.
Because what is the midnight cry?
Čo
What
je to-
does it parallel in our time
Čo je
period?
polnočné volanie? S čím je v našej dobe v paralele?
What cry does it parallel?
Aké volanie to je vlastne dáva do paralely? You're talking with Tomáš?
Hlasný?
Hlasné volanie. Loud cry.
The loud cry. So when does the loud cry start?
Kedy začína hlasné volanie? Sunday law.
At the Sunday law. And the Sunday law is this way mark.
A to je tento milník.
So the loud cry, the latter rain,
Takže ten neskorý dážď alebo hlasité volanie
starts here, but it reaches all the way here.
začína tu, ale ide až potiaľto.
So it would start here, the midnight cry,
Takže tu nás začne to polnočné volanie,
but it would go all the way here.
ale pokračuje až potiaľto.
So it's not just this way mark.
Nie je to len tento milník.
So what is this way mark?
Čo je tento milník?
Deniska.
Midway.
Midway.
Pol cesta.
What's the date for it?
A kedy to bolo? Ktorý je to dátum?
21. júl.
That's a little bit somewhere.
Yeah, you guys didn't just read.
No, she knows it.
Okay, July 21. I keep thinking. 1844.
Takže 21. júl 1844.
So I gave already the answer away.
Ja už som povedala tú odpoveď.
The midnight cry message we're having here,
Posolstvo polnočného volania, ktoré máme tu,
with Boston here,
keď Boston je tu,
then comes Concord,
potom príde Concord,
which is
to
2016,
je 2016,
and then 2018
a 2018
is actually Exeter.
je Exeter.
That's why we're saying
Preto hovoríme,
that we're now in the midnight cry message.
že sme v posolstve polnočného volania.
Given the time for this date here,
Dávame dátum pre tento čas.
which is November 9.
To je 9. november.
So we soon make a break,
Za chvíľu bude prestávka.
because we spent some time before the recording.
Trošku sme niečo hovorili aj pred to nahrávkou.
So I'll lead you through something now,
Takže teraz vás niečím nechám.
but I'm telling you in advance, be careful.
Buďte opatrní.
I'm putting some mistakes in here,
Idem sem dať nejakú chybu.
so be careful
Buďte opatrní.
and see if you can trust me or not.
Pozrite sa, či mi môžete veriť alebo nie. You're deliberately putting a mistake.
Yes.
And we should find it, or?
Yes.
Čiže musíme tú chybu nájsť.
So on October 22nd,
22. oktobra
1844,
1844
Ellen White tells us that an angel arrives.
Ellen Whiteová si myslí, že Ellen Whiteová hovorí, že prišiel anjel.
What angel arrives?
Ktorý anjel?
The third one, right?
Tretí.
So I'll mark here the third.
Takže sem zaznačím tretieho.
Third angel
Arrived or third angel?
just arrives.
P.
Third angel arrives.
Takže tretí prichádza.
So, what is the work of the third angel's message?
Aké je dielo tretieho anjela?
Vybrať a svázať.
To select and bind, right? So, we look at the third angel's message
Pozrieme sa na posolstvo tretieho anjela
and we see that it has two works.
a vidíme, že má dve diela.
The third angel arrives
On príde
and starts his work.
a začne svoje dielo.
Work number 1, work number 2.
Prvé, druhé.
Work number 1
Prvé dielo
is to actually mark things.
je zaznačiť veci. Where is this from? To mark things.
Select.
To je vlastne to, že vyberá.
It's selecting.
Vyberá.
This is early writings, page 118.
To je z raných spisov 118.
The second part of that work of the third angel
Druhá časť toho
is to bind
je zviazať
or harvest.
alebo požať.
Different words we use is
Rôzne slova sú použité na to,
to investigate
ako vyšetrovať
and then execute.
a ako vyšetrovací a výkonný súd.
We find that also in Ezekiel 9.
To nachádzame v Ezekielovi 9.
I think it's 6 men.
Sú tam 6 muži, myslím.
One has a paper and a pen
Jeden má papier a pero
and is making a mark
a značí krížiky
on the people in Jerusalem.
na ľudí v Jeruzaleme.
Marks those who need to be killed
Značí tých, ktorí musia byť zabití
and those who need to be saved.
a tých, ktorí budú zachránení.
Selecting.
Vyberá.
When his work is completed,
Keď jeho dielo je dokončené,
then the others will come.
prídu druhí.
And what's the job of them?
Aká je ich úloha?
They need to kill everyone.
Musia všetkých zabiť.
Execution.
To je výkonný súd.
So when the third angel arrives,
Keď príde tretí anjel,
you first select
najprv vyberieme
and then you harvest.
a potom požneme.
So I have a question.
Mám otázku.
If we put another line underneath now,
Ak sem dáme ďalšiu líniu dole
and we would consider the agriculture model.
a zvážili by sme ten model poľnohospodársky,
Obviously, I'm not going to draw the entire model now.
nebudem to teraz celé kresliť,
But how does the plant look like
ako vyzerá rastlina,
when the third angel arrives?
keď príde ten tretí anjel,
When the selective process is starting?
keď začína ten proces toho výberu. There are two ways I could say this.
Musí byť zralá.
It has to be ripe, they say.
It has to be ripe, okay. What did you say?
I first thought it has to be ripe, but then I realized that in this parable, the servants saw the difference when the fruit came, but it wasn't ripe yet.
Yes. So somebody studied the read in the text. You translate them what you told me.
Čiže ja som si myslela, že keď dozrie, ale potom som si uvedomila, že v tom podobenstve o kukoli a pšenici tí služobníci už videli tu vlastne ten rozdiel medzi pšenicou a kukolom, keď akože sa ukázalo ovocie, ale ešte to nebolo zrelé.
So from Mark 4 we know
Z Mareka 4 vieme,
that as soon as the plant is ripe,
že hneď ako dozreje to ovocie,
what starts?
čo začína?
The harvest.
Žatva.
So here, right here,
Presne tu,
the plant
tá rastlina
would be already perfectly ripe.
už je dokonale dozretá.
Because this is where now the harvest would start.
Tu začína žatva.
Because if you don't harvest now,
Ak nepožnete teraz,
you would spoil your fruit.
tak sa vám to pokazí.
So the selecting process,
Čiže tento proces toho výberu
in Matthew 13 we see,
v Matúšovi 13 vidíme,
as soon as the plant exhibits fruit,
hneď ako tá rastlina ukazuje úrodu.
as soon as the plant has fruit,
Ako náhle sa ukáže tá úroda,
the servants are able to discern,
tí služobníci už vedia rozlišiť,
they see what is a wheat and what is a tare.
čo je kukol a čo je pšenica.
And it's exactly the work of the third angel.
A to je presne dielo tretieho anjela.
It first selects,
Najprv rozdeľuje alebo vyberá,
it goes through the field and shows, okay, you're a wheat, you're a tare.
ide cez pole a hovorí, ty si pšenica, ty si kukol.
So we see the fruit has to have fruit here.
Takže vidíme, že tuto už musí byť to ovocie.
Third angel arrives, selecting process starts.
Tretí anjel prichádza, začína to rozdeľovanie.
Then the second portion of the third angel starts,
A potom začína druhá časť tretieho anjela,
where you have the harvest.
kde máme tú žatvu.
So coming back to this line now,
Keď prídeme naspäť do tejto línie,
where does the third angel arrive?
kedy prichádza tretí anjel?
The third angel arrives on October 22nd, 1844.
Prichádza 22. októbra 1844.
So what should we expect?
Čo by sme mali očakávať?
We should expect
Mali by sme očakávať,
that the plant
že tá rastlina
has some
má
Fruit here.
ovocie.
But what still needs to happen?
Čo sa ešte musí stať?
Is the plant fully ripe?
Už je plne dozretá? Tá rastlina?
No, right?
Nie.
You need still a ripening process.
Stále ešte musí prejsť tým procesom dozrievania.
What do you need in order to make a plant ripe?
Čo potrebujeme na to, aby dozrela tá rastlina? Let it rain.
The latter rain. So our plant here,
Takže naša rastlina tu,
third angel arrived,
príde tretí anjel,
our plant has fruit,
tá rastlina má už ovocie alebo úrodu,
but it's not ripe yet.
ale ešte není zrelá.
So what do we need?
Čo potrebujeme?
We need latter rain.
Potrebujeme neskorý dážď.
So let's put latter rain here,
Dáme sa neskorý dážď.
because we need our fruit to ripen.
Potrebujeme, aby úroda dozrela.
So our fruit ripens,
Takže to dozreje.
and what does our fruit need then?
A čo potom sa musí stať s tým ovocím?
When it's ripe,
Alebo s tou úrodou?
what happens then?
Čo sa deje potom?
You harvest.
Je požatá.
So where would I put the harvest?
Kam mám dať tú žatvu?
Siniska is smiling. Why is she smiling?
Prečo sa usmievaš?
To se musí celé posunout tam.
It has to shift.
Why does it have to shift?
Prečo sa to musí posunúť?
Protože Millerova linie musí být ukončená toho 22.10.
Because Millerité line has to finish 22nd of October.
Really?
Hej?
That's it?
Určite?
What do others think?
Čo si ostatní myslia?
Peter?
Já si myslím, že to je nedělní zákon, no? 22.10. nedělní zákon.
I think 22nd of October is Sunday law.
Po tom nedělním zákoně je to vylití toho deště.
Then there is outpouring of the Holy Spirit.
A 1850 by bylo jak kdyby ukončení.
And 1850 is the end.
Tam byly dané 2 tabulky.
There were 2 charts given.
Že tam byla ta smlouva.
There was covenant.
Any other person has an idea?
Ešte nejaké názory, nápady?
So I pre-warned you
Ja som vás varovala,
that I'm going to build some mistakes into it.
že sem napíšem nejakú chybu.
So you guys went patiently with me,
Takže išli ste v tom trpezlivo so mnou,
but you see how quickly you can mess things up.
ale vidíte, ako rýchlo môžete veci pomotať.
Because this same mistake we just did here,
Túto chybu, ktorú sme tu urobili,
another ministry did.
urobila aj iná služobnosť.
Because this can be October 22nd, 1844.
Toto can be or can't be.
It can.
To môže byť 22. október.
It always depends on the application you make.
Závisí na tej aplikácii, ktorú robíme.
But it is indeed true that Ellen White says that the third angel arrives here.
A naozaj je pravda, že Ellen Whiteová hovorí, že tu prichádza tretí anjel.
And without considering it further,
Bez toho, aby sme zvážili to ďalej,
people will take that
ľudia to vezmú,
and say exactly what we did here now.
povedia presne to, čo sme urobili tu.
But they're causing a mess
Ale spôsobujú taký chaos,
because what time period is this actually?
lebo aký je toto čas?
This is actually the time period of harvest.
Toto je čas žatvy.
Because this year would be 1863,
Toto je 1863.
which is the coming of the Lord for the Millerites.
To je príchod pána pre Milleritov.
Christ wanted to come back in 1863.
Kristus sa chcel vrátiť v 1863.
This is where the slaves were set free by Abraham Lincoln.
Tu boli tí otroci oslobodení Abrahamom Lincolnom.
So this is actually here harvest time.
A toto je čas žatvy.
But what you see, what was done here,
To, čo vidíte, čo tu bolo spravené, je,
what rules were broken here?
aké pravidlo tu bolo porušené.
What do you think? Ali, du wirst wissen, du hast es in der Schweiz mitgemacht.
Já si myslím, že
Yeah,
postupně.
She says Dennis Cuffing's progression was violated.
Oh, progression was violated? And context.
Postupnosť a kontext.
The context of when Ellen White puts the third angel's message here.
Kontext toho, kedy dáva Ellen Whiteová posolstvo tretieho anjela sem.
Because now here, because context was violated,
Ten kontext bol taký porušený.
the ministry which did this
Služobnosť, ktorá toto spravila,
had to violate the next rule, the rule of progression.
musela tiež porušiť to ďalšie pravidlo.
Because now we have here the dispensation of the latter rain,
Teraz máme epochu neskorého dažďa,
where the fruit ripens
kde dozrieva to ovocie
in the time period of the harvest.
v čase žatvy.
And can you have rain while there's harvest?
Môže mať dážď v čase žatvy?
Can you have a ripening process while it's ripening?
Alebo
While it's harvest?
môžeme mať čas dozrievania, kým je to požievané?
No, you can't.
Nie,
It's not working.
tu sa tak nedá.
What ministry did that?
Ktorá služobnosť toto urobila?
Somebody remember?
Tree of life.
What do you think?
I also thought so.
It's Tree of Life.
Tree of Life to spravila.
That was Tree of Life methodology.
To bol ich spôsob štúdia.
If you remember yesterday, we had two groups here,
Ak si pamätáte, včera sme mali dve skupiny
and I said they're using both the same lines,
a povedala som, že používajú obidve rovnaké linie,
the same stories, Bible verses, and Ellen White passages.
rovnaké príbehy, biblické verše aj pasáže Ellen Whiteovej,
But one group will apply the rules correctly and the other won't.
ale jedna skupina to aplikuje správne a druhá nie.
And you see in what mess you're getting yourself.
A uvidíte, do jakého sa dostanete neporiadku.
So this was just a quick exercise
Toto bolo také rýchle cvičenie,
to see how we can mess up really fast.
ako môžeme veľmi rýchlo veci domotať. So can you show us how it should be?
Yes. So I'm going to wipe this off now
Toto
again.
vymažem.
So we are repeating the Millerite history.
Opakujeme dejiny Milleritov.
And October 22nd, 1844
22. október 1844
parallels 2019.
je v paralele s 2018.
This is correct. But when Elmai talks here about the third
19.
angel arriving,
19. Keď sestra Whiteová hovorí o treťom anielovi, že prichádza,
she does the same as what we did this morning with the second angel.
ona robí to isté, ako sme dneska urobili s druhým anielom.
She will go crossing dispensations.
Ona ako keby prejde cez tie epochy.
She has the 22nd of October.
Na 22. október
She will mark the third angel arriving.
zaznačuje príchod tretieho aniela
And then in the time period of the 144,000,
a v čase 144 000
she will say the third angel would be empowered.
povie, že ten tretí aniel je zmocnený Z.
PP?
Z.
Z. Okay. So she crosses dispensations here.
Čiže ona ako keby prejde cez dve epochy. Alebo
But if you don't consider this context,
ak nezvážime kontext,
you will end up doing what we just did.
spravíte to, čo sme urobili.
So I'll give the dates for how this looks here.
Takže dám dátumy, ako to tu vyzerá.
Then we'll take a break, and then I'll show where the third angel's message is in the Millerite history for the Millerites.
Potom si spravíme prestávku a potom ukážem, kde sa nachádza tretí aniel pre Milleritov.
Because for the Millerites,
Pre Milleritov
the third angel does not arrive here.
tretí aniel neprichádza tu.
That would be too late.
To by už bolo príliš neskoro.
So, let me see. October 22nd, 1844
22. október 1844
is the closed door.
sú zavreté dvere.
And then 1863
A 1863
would be the second cup. Oh. There you go, I'm tired. 1863,
1863
we have the coming of the Lord,
máme príchod pána,
which is Penium.
to je Pánium.
And then we have two waymarks, just as here,
Potom máme dva milníky
in between here,
medzi tými tu,
which we could mark,
ktoré by sme mohli zaznačiť.
which is 1850,
1850
with the second chart, as Brother Peter said.
a tá druhá tabulka
And we have 1861,
a 1861.
which is the beginning of the Civil War.
To je začiatok občianskej vojny.
But normally we have October 22nd, 1844 here, and 1863 the coming.
Ale toto je, so what is October 22nd?
It's the closed door. In this parable, it's the closed door.
Čiže 22. október sú zavreté dvere a 63. sú druhý príchod.
So I would close here now.
Toto uzavriem.
This is the line of the Millerites.
Toto je línia Milleritov.
How it parallels the line of the priests.
Ako je v paralele s líniou kňazov.
We're seeing that we're in the midnight cry message.
Vidíme, že sme v období tretieho aniela. Polnočného volania.
Paralleling Exeter right now.
A sme v paralele s Exeterom práve teraz.
Let me put the dates. But in the next presentation,
V ďalšej prezentácii
I show you where the third angel starts for the Millerite history.
vám ukážem, kde začína tretí aniel v dejinách Milleritov.
Then we'll wipe this out.
Toto vymažeme
And we'll go to the line of William Miller,
a pôjdeme do línie Williama Millera
or the three angels itself.
a troch anielov.
I'm not sure how to name it yet.
Millerites and three angels.
No, William Miller or the three angels.
Okay.
That's it.
Poďme sa pomodliť.
The Father in heaven,
Drahý nebeský Otče,
thank you for us being able to come together
ďakujem, že sme sa mohli stretnúť
and study your word.
a sedieť pri Tvojom slove.
Lord, we see how easy it is to mess up things.
Pane, vidíme, aké je to jednoduché sa zamotať.
So we ask you earnestly
Prosíme ťa veľmi,
to teach us about your rules and the method,
aby si nás naučil Tvojich pravidlách a metóde,
that we understand the rules
aby sme rozumeli tým pravidlám,
and that we can apply them correctly
aby sme ich vedeli správne aplikovať,
to figure out what truth is.
aby sme vedeli, čo je pravda.
And help us to never think that we've learned enough,
Pomôž nám, aby nikdy sme si nemysleli, že už toho vieme dosť,
but that we stay humble,
aby sme zostali pokorní,
always ready to learn
vždy pripravení sa učiť
from each other
jeden od druhého
and from you.
a od teba.
In Jesus' name we thank you.
Ďakujeme ti za to, Ježiša.
Amen. Amen.